If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute.
Many children healed. We've seen midgets grow. We've seen arms and legs that stop growing because the growth cells have stopped. Manda da basata. I don't make this stuff up.
Behold, the atheist's nightmare.
That's the power of the Holy Ghost!
Why do they teach every other theory in science except creation?
Warlocks are enemies of God.
No one's ever going to convince me that the Word of God is not true.
You know, if you put Jesus Christ first, that he'll look after all your bills.
And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal.
And if you want to tell me how to live my life, it better line up with the Word of God or shut your mouth.
I'm loaded. I'm pregnant with miracles.
What do you believe?
Send us the cash.
Welcome to the Bible Dumb Podcast. This is the podcast where two atheists read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. I am Davey Hell.
I'm Jesse Hill.
And we're back for another episode of 2 Samuel. Samuel number 2.
Who knew there were two?
Who knew? So, all right. Anything you want to talk about before we start talking about the Bible?
No.
Right on. All right. Well, last time in the book of Samuel, Absolom took over everything, kicked David out.
Oh, yeah.
David set up like a spy network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
I think that's about it.
That's about all I remember.
Yeah.
I've been reading War and Peace. That's been pretty good. I'm like about 30% through. It's a long book.
2 pages in?
Well, I'm just wondering, like, we're probably about the same amount through the Bible as I am through War and Peace. Bible's long.
So far, War and Peace better?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I just got to a place where one of the characters, like, joins the Masons, and it's, like, super creepy. It's, like, they've got, like, skulls everywhere and, like, a casket with a dead body in it. But at the same time, it's, like, he's having to...
Spoilers
for this.
No, don't tell me.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. It's been pretty good.
Stop spoiling War and Peace.
It's definitely better than the Bible. But yeah, the Bible just made its appearance a really interesting way. But whatever.
Wait,
See.
did you say the Bible made an appearance in War and Peace in an interesting way?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
All right. I'm just flipping through the Bible here because, I mean, I'm kind of done with David.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get to, like, some cool stuff, and I don't know when that starts.
It's going to be a while.
No, it can't be that long, really.
I bet it is.
I mean, there's a bunch of crap here. Like, I feel like like, the next thing I think I know about, like, that is a good story, something I want to learn, is, I think, Job. Like, the book of Job. That's supposed to be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not too far away. We got to make it through Kings, which is long. Chronicles, oh my God, which is also 2 books. That's long. That's real long. Chronicles, real long. Well, probably about the same as Kings. All right. Then Ezra, that sounds cool, but probably won't be. Nehemiah, which I've never heard of. Then Esther. Esther.
Random.
Then Job.
Okay.
I just know Job from that Smashing Pumpkins song.
Yeah. Same.
Like old Job.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chapter 18. And David numbered the people that were with him, and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them. And David sent forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joab, and a third part under the hand of Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, Joab's brother, and a third part under the hand of Ittai the Gittite. And the king said unto the people,
I will surely go forth with you myself also.
But the people answered, Thou shalt not go forth, for if we flee away, they will not care for us. Neither if half of us die will they care for us. But now thou art worth 10,000 of us. Therefore now it is better that thou succor us out of the city. Okay. What does that mean?
I guess like snake them out, right? Mm. Or
Yeah, I mean, that sounds
I
right.
guess.
All right. So if things go bad, they need to get the hell out of there.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Retreat. And the king said unto them,
What seemeth you best I will do.
And the king stood by the gate side, and all the people came out by hundreds and by thousands. And the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying,
Deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absolom. And all the people heard.
And all the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom. So the people went out into the field against Israel, and the battle was in the wood of Ephraim. I'm glad that David just, he still cares about Absalom. He's like, yeah, we're going to go to war and get our place back, but don't kill him. He's still my son. Where the people of Israel were slain before the servants of David. And there was a great slaughter that day of 20,000 men. But which side? For the battle was there.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. For the battle was there scattered over the face of all the country, and the wood devoured more people that day than the sword devoured. So people just got lost? Is that what that means? The wood devoured more people than the sword. So I guess they're just fighting everywhere, and people are running off into the woods and never coming out.
Maybe people ran away. Maybe people were like, forget this.
I guess. It says the battle scattered all over the face of the country. So people are just fighting fucking everywhere.
That is brilliant.
What?
You're on this battlefield where nobody's keeping track of anybody. You can
yeah.
take a left and just keep going. Just be like, I'm not going to be a part of this.
Dude, that's one of the best things about War and Peace so far has been during the war parts. It's part of this realist tradition where you go into it thinking it's going to be this.
I'm waiting for this book on Libby. So please stop.
I'm just telling you why it's cool.
13 weeks left until I can get it.
All right. Fine.
In 13 weeks you can start talking about it.
Okay. Fine. Maybe we should just switch over and I'll just read War and Peace aloud.
It's a good idea.
And Absalom met the servants of David, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, and he was taken up between the heaven and the earth. And the mule that was under him went away. He just got clotheslined by a branch.
So the mule was like, oops.
Either that, or it was an int in Fangorn Forest picked him up by the head. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like he just rode face first into a branch.
Man.
And a certain man saw it and told Joab. He's making fun of him. He's like, you go see Absalom? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Behold, I saw Absalom hanged in an oak. And Joab said unto the man that told him, And behold, thou sawest him, and why didst thou not smite him there to the ground? And I would have given thee 10 shekels of silver and a girdle. So, is this why why the wood's taking more people than the sword? Is they're all just getting clotheslined?
I don't know. It also makes it sound like he got hung, So I don't know.
I guess, but was it a booby trap? Did they have a noose hanging down and
I don't know.
And grabbed him straight off his horse?
No way.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
I mean, most likely he got clotheslined, and then they just changed the story to make it not sound so dumb,
Yeah, I guess. And the man said unto Joab, Though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in mine hand, yet would I not put forth mine hand against the king's son. For in our hearing the king charged thee and Abishai and Ittai, saying, Beware that none touch the young man Absolom. Otherwise I should have wrought falsehood against mine own life. For there is no matter hid from the king, and thou wouldest have set thyself against me. All right, so he's like, dude, you saw him just like get knocked off his mule. Why didn't you run up and stab him? And he's like, because I promised I would not. So if any of these people hurt Absalom, David's going to get him.
Yeah.
There will be retribution. Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. I still don't understand. I'm having a hard time picturing like how this is happening.
Yeah, same.
Like Absalom is just hanging
just
out in the oak tree.
Walking with like little dizzy stars above his head around the tree.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. He's got the dizzy stars still. So Joab just blasts him through the heart with 3 darts, which I'm guessing are like arrows. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And 10 young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him. Just all the fucking people in the wings all just want to get a kick in. And Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel, for Joab held back the people. And they took Absalom and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and laid a very great heap of stones upon him. And all Israel fled, every one to his tent. Now Absalom, in his lifetime, had taken and reared up for himself a pillar, which is in the king's dale. For he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name, and it is called unto this day Absalom's place.
Okay.
It's like a highway marker. You know how it's like you go by these historical markers, and it's like, this is where Jim Bob's cabin was.
Lady Bird Johnson Highway.
Yeah. Then said Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, Let me now run and bear the king's tidings, how that the Lord hath avenged him of his enemies. And Joab said unto him, Thou shalt not bear tidings this day, but thou shalt bear tidings another day. But this day thou shalt bear no tidings, because the king's son is dead. Then said Joab to Cushi, Go tell the king what thou hast seen. And Cushi bowed himself unto Joab, and ran. Then said Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, yet again to Joab, But howsoever, let me, I pray thee, also run after Cushi. And Joab
Cushi?
said,
Stop saying it like that.
How do you want me to say it?
I don't know, but you're saying it weird. It's making me uncomfortable.
Okay, I'll change my pronunciation. And Joab said, Well, maybe Cushi won't be a main character. And Joab said, Wherefore wilt thou run, my son, seeing that thou hast no tidings ready? But howsoever, said he, Let me run. And he said unto him, Run. Then Ahimaaz ran by the way of the plain, and overran Cushi. And David sat between the 2 gates, and the watchman went up to the roof over the gate unto the wall, and lifted up his eyes, and looked, and behold, a man running alone. Who do you think it is? It's got to be Cushi, right?
It's gotta be.
It's got to be. And the watchman cried and told the king, and the king said,
If he be alone, there is tidings in his mouth.
And he came apace and drew near. And the watchman saw another man running. And the watchman called unto the porter, and said, Behold, another man running alone. And the king said,
He also bringeth tidings.
And the watchman said, Methinketh the running of the foremost is like the running of Ahimaaz the son of Zadok. He's got such a signature run, Ahimaaz does. Looks just like him. And the king said,
He's a good man, and cometh with good tidings.
and Ahimaaz called and said unto the king, All is well. And he fell down to the earth upon his face before the king, and said, Blessed be the Lord thy God, which hath delivered up the men that lifted up their hand against my lord the king. And the king said,
Is the young man Absolom safe?
And Ahimaaz answered, When Joab sent the king's servant, and me thy servant, I saw a great tumult, but I knew not what it was. And the king said unto him,
Turn aside and stand here.
And he turned aside and stood still. And behold, Cushi came, and Cushi said, Tidings, my lord the king, for the Lord hath avenged thee this day of all them that rose up against thee. And the king said unto Cushi, Is the young man Absolom safe? And Cushi answered,
No.
Cushi's going to tell him what happened? Or is he going to keep shut like Joab wants?
I don't know. I think I'll tell him.
Oh, yeah, Cushi's totally a rat.
Yeah.
He's going to rat out Joab, and then Joab's going to get punished.
Yeah.
And Cushi answered, The enemies of my lord the king and all that rise against thee to do thee hurt, be as that young man is. And the king was much moved, and went up to the chamber over the gate and wept. And as he went, thus he said,
Oh, my son Absolom, my son Absolom, would God I had died for thee. Oh, Absolom, my son, my son.
Oh, so sad.
Calm down.
Well, Absalom was a cool guy.
Yeah, he was.
You know, he
I'm telling
kind
David
of took
too,
over the
like,
kingdom. But, you know, at least he, like, avenged his sister.
Yeah, I don't know why Jacob's acting so emotional though.
David?
Or David, yeah.
Because they killed his son, and he liked him.
Yeah, but he kind of started this.
Yeah.
Too. Like, he's kind of responsible.
Well, yeah, kind of. He could have just stepped down.
Yeah.
Chapter 19. And it was told Joab, Behold, the king weepeth and mourneth for Absalom. And the victory that day was turned into mourning unto all the people. For the people heard say that day how the king was grieved for his son. And the people gat them by stealth that day into the city, as people being ashamed steal away when they flee in battle. But the king covered his face, and the king cried with a loud voice,
Oh, my son Absolom, oh, Absolom, my son, my son.
Jeez. I feel he is definitely putting on an act.
No, he's
Yeah, he is.
sincere. He
No,
just
he's
misses
not.
his baby boy.
No.
He's like, oh no, the son of my 8th wife, whose name I can't remember. And Joab came into the house to the king and said, Thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants, which this day have saved thy life, and the lives of thy sons and thy daughters, and the lives of thy wives, and the lives of thy concubines. In that thou lovest thine enemies and hatest thy friends. For thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princes nor servants. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived, and all we had died this day, then it had pleased thee well. You know, he's kind of got a point. It's like all these people he went and sent to die to defeat Absalom's armies. And he's cool with them dying, but when Absalom dies, he's like rolling around, weeping and crying.
Story as old as time. Oh.
Now therefore arise, go forth and speak comfortably unto thy servants, for I swear by the Lord, if thou go not forth, there will not tarry one with thee this night, and that will be worse unto thee than all the evil that befell thee from thy youth until now. Then the king arose and sat in the gate. And they told unto all the people, saying, Behold, the king doth sit in the gate. And all the people came before the king, for Israel had fled every man to his tent. And all the people were at strife throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, The king saved us out of the hand of our enemies, and he delivered us out of the hand of the Philistines, and now he is fled out of the land for Absolom. And Absolom, whom we anointed over us, is dead in battle. Now therefore, why speak ye not a word of bringing the king back? And King David sent to Zadok and to Abiathar, the priests, saying,
Speak unto the elders of Judah,
saying,
Why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house? Seeing the speech of all Israel is come to the king, even to his house. Ye are my brethren, ye are my bones, my flesh. Wherefore then are ye the last to bring back the king? And say ye to Amasa, Art thou not of my bone, and of my flesh? God do so to me, and more also, if thou be not captain of the host before me, continually in the room of Joab.
And he bowed the heart of all the men of Judah, even as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word unto the king, Return thou, and all thy servants. So the king returned and came to Jordan, and Judah came to Gilgal to go meet the king, to conduct the king over Jordan. So is that like he came to the gates but wouldn't come in until they like actually invited him back in?
I don't know.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he said, like you kicked me out of here, and now you think like I'm just gonna come be your king again? And he's all butthurt, and he's like, no, you gotta apologize and ask me to be your king again.
You've got to bow down. Tell me you missed me.
Yeah. And Shimei, the son of Jirah, there's a lot of vowels there. Shimei, the son of Jirah, a Benjamite, and which was of Bahurim, hasted and came down with the men of Judah to meet King David. And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, and Ziba, the servant of the house of Saul, and his 15 sons and his 20 servants with him. And they went over Jordan before the king. And there went over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household, and to do what he thought good. And Shimei, the son of Jirah, fell down before the king as he was come over Jordan, and said unto the king, Let not thy lord impute iniquity upon me, neither do thou remember which thy servant did perversely the day that my lord the king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart. For thy servant doth know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I am come the first this day of all the house of Joseph to go down to meet my lord the king. What did he do? What did this pervert do?
I don't know.
Maybe he just supported Absalom.
Probably.
That's what it sounds like, maybe. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, answered and said, Shall not Shimei be put to death for this, because he cursed the Lord's anointed? And David said, What have I to do with you? And David said,
What have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah, that ye should this day be adversaries unto me? Shall there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not I know that I am this day king over Israel?
Therefore the king said unto Shimei,
Thou shalt not die. And the king sware unto him.
And Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king, and had neither dressed his feet nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes from the day the king departed until the day he came again in peace.
Oh.
Is this our Pigpen? This is Pigpen from last episode.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. So like
he didn't cut his beard and do what? And what else was the other?
Dressed his feet?
Put on shoes?
Clipped his toenails?
Ooh.
So he's got long ass toenails, crazy ass beard. He's got stinky clothes.
From when till when?
From the time David got kicked out until he came back.
Okay, so David's coming back now, and he's like,
yeah, he
you
just
smell bad.
Yeah, he came down to meet the king. I guess this was his like form of protest.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
And it came to pass when he was come to Jerusalem to meet the king, that the king said unto him,
Wherefore wentest not thou with me, Mephibosheth?
And he answered,
My lord, O king, my servant deceived me.
Jeez Louise.
For thy servant said, I will saddle me an ass, and I may ride thereon, and go to the king, because thy servant is lame. And he hath slandered thy servant unto my lord the king. But my lord the king is an angel of God. Do therefore what is good in thine eyes. For all of my father's house were but dead men before my lord the king. Yet didst thou set thy servant among them that didst eat at thine own table? What right therefore have I yet to cry any more unto the king? What did he say?
I don't know. The voice was a little distracting.
It was a bit much. I was trying to do
It was
like
kinda
a
loud too,
like
so
a
it's hard
frog man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like it's
Some-
what I would imagine.
Some stinky guy. I guess he's saying like, why did you stay here and like get stinky rather than just like coming and supporting me?
Wait, the Stinky Man saying that?
No, that's what David said
Oh,
to
okay.
Stinky Man.
And then what did Stinky Man say back?
Uh,
Whatever he said, I do feel like he said it with kind of like attitude, you know? Like he was like, well, what do you expect out of me? You left me.
yeah, I don't know. He said he was deceived by his servant because his servant said that he'll saddle him an ass to go to the king because thy servant is lame, and he hath slandered thy servant unto the Lord the king. But the Lord the king is an angel of God. Do therefore what is good in thine eyes. I don't know. He's blaming it on his servant. That's all we need to know.
It's a good plan.
And the king said unto him,
Why speakest thou any more of thy matters? I have said, Thou and Ziba divide the land.
And Mephibosheth said unto the king,
Yea, let him take all, for as much as my lord the king is come again in peace unto his own house.
And Barzillai and the Gileadite, came down from Rogelim, and went over Jordan with the king to conduct him over Jordan. Now Barzillai was a very aged man, even 80 years old, and he had provided the king of subsistence while he lay at Mahanaim, for he was a very great man. And the king said to Barzillai, Come
now over with me, and I will feed thee with me in Jerusalem.
And Barzillai said unto the king,
How long have I to live, that I should go up with thee unto Jerusalem? I am this day 80 years old, and can I discern between good and evil? Can thy servant taste what I eat or what I drink? Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women? Wherefore then should I, thy servant, be yet a burden unto my lord the king? Thy servant will go a little way over Jordan with the king, and why should the king recompense it me with such a reward? Let thy servant, I pray thee, turn back again, that I may die in mine own city, and be buried by the grave of my father and of my mother. But behold thy servant Chimham, let him go over with my lord the king, and do to him what shall seem good unto thee.
Too fucking old, dude.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere. And the king answered,
Chimham shall go over with me, and I will do to him that which shall seem good unto thee, and whatsoever thou shalt require of me, that I will do for thee.
And all the people went over Jordan. When the king was come over, the king kissed Barzillai, and blessed him, and returned unto his own place. Then the king went on to Gilgal, and Chimham, I like Chimcham better. This dude's Chimcham from now on. He's getting a Pokemon name. And Chimcham went on with him, and all the people of Judah conducted the king, and also half the people of Israel. And behold, all the men of Israel came to the king, and said unto the king, Why have our brethren, the men of Judah, stolen thee away, and have brought the king and his household, and all David's men with him, over Jordan? And all the men of Judah answered the men of Israel, Because the king is near of kin to us. Wherefore then be ye angry for this matter? Have we eaten at all of the king's cost, or hath he given us any gift? And the men of Israel answered the men of Judah, and said, We have 10 parts in the king, and we have also more right in David than ye. Why then did ye despise us, that our advice should not be first had in bringing us back our king. And the words of the men of Judah were fiercer than the words of the men of Israel. Oh, I don't get it at all. I don't understand. Why is Judah different than Israel now?
I don't know.
Judah was always part of Israel.
That's what David was saying for a long time.
Was he?
Yeah, he kept saying it was all under him, and he was the king of all of it.
Yeah.
Killed his... Well, he went to war with his son over it. And now Judah's more mad than Israel. Maybe they're just trying to break away.
I guess so. That was a good one. That was a good burp. All right, well, let's do one more chapter.
Okay.
Chapter 20. And there happened to be a man of Belial whose name was Sheba. Oh, I've heard of Sheba.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We've had him before, right?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
Beersheba? I don't know. Sheba, the son of Bichri, a Benjamite. And he blew a trumpet and said, We have no part in David, neither have we inheritance of the son of Jesse. Every man to his tents, O Israel. David's the son of Jesse, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So every man of Israel went up from after David and followed Sheba the son of Bichri. But the men of Judah clave unto their king, from Jordan even to Jerusalem. And David came to the house at Jerusalem. And the king took the 10 women, his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them in a ward, and fed them, and went not in unto them. So they were shut up unto the day of their death, living in widowhood.
Gee. You know, they were probably happier with
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
For sure. They're probably like, God, I hope he forgot where he put us.
Yeah, he just forgot. I don't know. It kind of sounds like they were just prisoners.
It does, but I feel like it's better than living with him.
Yeah,
no
they were
life's a
always
good life
prisoners.
right now for a woman.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. Then said the king to Amasa, Assemble me the men of Judah within 3 days, and be thou here present. So Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed him. And David said to Abishai, Now shall Sheba the son of Bichri do us more harm than did Absolom. Take thou thy lord's servants, and pursue after him, lest he get him fenced cities and escape us. And there went out after him Joab's men, and the Cherethites, and the Pelethites, and all the mighty men. And they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba the son of Bichri. When they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before them, and Joab's garment that he had put on was girded unto him, and upon it a girdle with a sword fastened upon his loins, in the sheath thereof, and as he went forth, it fell out. And Joab, how embarrassing.
What fell out?
His sword.
Oh, okay.
He had his sword in like a belt, which is what I'm guessing what the girdle is.
Okay.
It was fastened upon his loins.
Why do they always make it weird?
I don't know.
Why can't they just say he had a belt around his waist?
It's just like his sword fell out. Maybe it's a euphemism. Maybe
Maybe
something else fell out.
That's what it made it sound like.
Joab's packing. And Joab said to Amasa, Art thou in health, my brother? And Joab took Amasa by the beard with the right hand to kiss him. What? Okay, we got to track this. So Joab walks up. He's got this snazzy belt on, but it doesn't do a good job, and his sword falls out. Amasa's like, "What are you, sick, dude? What's wrong?" And so Joab's response is just to grab his beard and smooch him right on the lips.
It really sounds like something other than a sword fell out.
I guess so. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand.
Okay.
So he smote him therewith in the 5th rib, and shed out his bowels to the ground, and struck him not again, and he died. So Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Sheba the son of Bichri. All right. So the kiss was a distraction.
Okay, so really,
He
like,
just
he
stabbed
came.
the shit out of him.
Really, he planned this. His sword didn't fall out. He had it in his hand.
Yeah, it fell out of
it
its
fell out,
sheath
and
into his hand and
he's-
into the
he's-
guy's ribs.
He's being really clumsy, and the guy's like, "Dude, you okay?"
And he's like, this is like another Godfather moment where he leans in. He's like, "I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah.
I love you." And then he stabs the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, see, we figured it out.
We got there.
It really was a sword.
Good to know.
And one of Joab's men stood by him and said, He that favoreth Joab, and he that is for David, let him go after Joab. And Amasa wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway. And when the man saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amasa out of the highway into the field, and cast a cloth upon him, when he saw that every one that came by him stood still. When he was removed out of the highway, all the people went on after Joab, to pursue after Sheba the son of Bichri. And he went through all the tribes of Israel, unto Abel and to Beth-maachah, and all the Berites, and they were gathered together, and went also after him. And they came and besieged him, and Abel and Beth-maachah, and they cast up a bank against the city, and it stood in the trench. And all the people that were with Joab battered to the wall to throw it down. Then cried a wise woman out of the city,
Hear, hear, say, I pray you, unto Joab, come near hither, that I may speak with thee.
And when he was come near unto her, the woman said,
Art thou Joab?
And he answered, I am he.
And she said unto him, Hear the words of thine handmaid.
And he answered, I do hear.
And she spake, saying, They were wont to speak in old time, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abel. And so they ended the matter. I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Thou seekest to destroy a city and a mother in Israel. Why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of the Lord?
And Joab answered and said, Far be it from me that I should swallow up or destroy.
The matter is not so, but a man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba, the son of Bichri, by name, hath lifted up his hand against the king, even against David. Deliver it him only, and I will depart from the city.
And the woman said unto Joab,
Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall.
Then the women went into all the people in her wisdom, and they cut off the head of Sheba the son of Bichri, and cast it out to Joab. And he blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent, and Joab returned to Jerusalem unto the king. Now Joab was over all the host of Israel, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Cherethites, and over the Pelethites, and Adoram was over the tribute, and Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud was recorder.
That's the worst job.
Yeah,
Nobody
he's
wants
gonna
to be
the
recorder.
nobody wants to be the note taker. And Shiva was scribe. Oh, scribe, recorder. I don't know what the difference is. And Zadok and Abiathar were the priests, and Ira, also the Jairite, was
This
a
is real-
chief ruler about David.
Why are they telling us all
I
this?
don't know. It always ends with like a status update, like what everybody's jobs and shit are. That's the end of the chapter. All right.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Interesting. We only got 1, 2, 3, 4 chapters left of this book. So next time we'll finish it up for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Blast through it, get done, then we can go on to Kings.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Stay dumb, everybody.
Stay dumb.
Bye.